Hello! How are you? It's a very special Oh Déjà Dimanche today. Why? Because me, Dédé, le clown des ODD, I'm speaking to you in English. And I hope you can understand a little bit. So, I'm in the sun. Behind me I have nice SDGs goodies, but also very important goodies which help us to promote the Agenda 2030 and the 17 sustainable goals. And what is important also is, of course, what I call the Leave No One Behind promise. So I hope you are good. We are in the middle of the weeks of high-level political forum in New York, and everyone in France, of course, is following this very special event. Everyone who is interested by the ODDs, the SDGs and the Agenda 2030. So there is a lot happening today in New York, yesterday, last week, next week, with the ministerial segment starting soon. But I want today make a connection between what's happening in New York and where am I today. I'm at an international meeting of young people who have been living already many obstacles in their lives, young people who know what it means to grow in poverty, when people know what it means to leave school early, young people who know what it means to be excluded from work, workplace or training because of their lives which are too chaotic, because of their lives where nobody started to trust them, or their lives which are too full of failures, and they are lost already confidence in themselves. But you hear some music here, and I will make you discover what it means, this music. They are preparing themselves for tonight, for a big party. So look a little bit what it means. Here they are. Behind me there is a scene, a lot of relaxing now because we had a working session before. And so we are in the International Center of All Together in Dignity. Dignity of human beings, but for me it's also dignity of other species and dignity of the nature. So it's a 3D dignity in all dimensions. And we are marking European Year of Youth. Let's tell you something. We had just 4 days of work, 3 days of work, and we choose 3 subjects. Subject 1 was about school, so we could say SDG 4. Subject 2 was about decent work, so fully SDG 8. And subject 3 was how we feel judged, discriminated by others. And this is SDG 10. So the young people here had really great input about what is needed for young people to have school, to attend schools where they feel they succeed, to access work where they feel it's decent, dignifying, and they can grow in it, and to be in a situation where they don't feel so discriminated. And behind myself I have a small exhibition about the history of this youth organization altogether in dignity, the youth movement. It started around 50 years ago, and 30 years ago it had a very big meeting in Strasbourg, a European meeting called Passeurs des frontières de l'exclusion. And there was other meetings which mean how are we able to break down the walls of exclusion. Anyway, this youth movement is now committed to make sure that we leave no youth behind. So, thinking about what's going on in New York, thinking about the challenges to create Europe where democracy is much stronger, I would like to tell you we really need to make sure young people are involved in our mobilization about SDGs, not only superficially, but really strongly discussing with them, okay, what it means this SDG, or what it means the connection between all SDGs, and what it means leaving no youth behind. So I wish you another good week of HLPF. I know that there are some mobilization in France going on, and especially l'Agence pour la promotion des ODD, who is preparing a great mobilization on Bastille Day, 14th of July, to make sure France makes noise for the SDGs and Agenda 2030 on the very special day of the French Revolution, Bastille Day. So again, I wish you a good week. Next week we will be able to discuss about what will bring the ministerial declaration, and of course we can hope that this will be another momentum, another energizing moment of all actors, stakeholders of the SDG and Agenda 2030. Last but not least, I would like to say hello to all the young people who are going to meet in Prague tomorrow and the day after, and even the day after, because they are going to speak about Green Europe and inclusive society. It's exactly the main topics of Agenda 2030. So to all young people who are now flying maybe or going by train to Prague in the Czech Republic for the European Youth Conference, we really from here, where we have all these young people gathering to discuss about inclusive society, I would like to say, be activist of Agenda 2030, be activist of the consistency of all the agenda and all the goals, and be activist of the Leave No One Behind promise. This is the only way that the Agenda 2030 can be really transformative. If not, if we don't take into account everything together and the Leave No One Behind promise, it's not transformative at all. It's business as usual. We are just doing a little bit in a new flavor, a new color, what we did before. So all goals together and the strong importance of transformative power of the Leave No One Behind promise. I wish you another good HLPF week. To the people, young people in Prague, a good conference in Prague, and see you next week, probably in French again. C'était Dédé, le clown des ODD, qui a testé son anglais avec vous. Et je vous dis à la semaine prochaine. Très bonne semaine HLPF, Forum politique de haut niveau. Et soyez, comme le dit Razak, des militants de l'agenda 2030, des objectifs de développement durable. Et rendez-vous le 14 juillet avec l'Agence pour la promotion des ODD. À très bientôt. Bel été.